In the grand theater of global politics, some figures seem to emerge fully formed, as if they have always belonged on the world stage, their presence both commanding and enigmatic. One such figure is Dr. Aris Thorne, the visionary head of the World Health Alliance, whose influence stretches across continents and whose decisions shape the lives of millions. His calm demeanor, unwavering resolve, and revolutionary public health policies have earned him accolades and respect from peers and the public alike, cementing his reputation as a transformative leader. Yet behind this polished exterior and the accolades lies a story few have ever heard, a story that reveals a very different side of the man the world thinks it knows. It begins not in an Ivy League institution or a seat of privilege, but with a quiet secret, a whisper of a past that defies every assumption about his origins and upbringing. The mystery surrounding Thorne's origins has long been a subject of speculation, fueling countless debates among journalists, historians, and even his closest associates. Official records are sparse, noting only his birth in a Western European country, with little else to illuminate the years that followed. This enigma only adds to his mystique, making him not just a leader, but a figure of enduring admiration and curiosity for people around the globe. The world knows Dr. Aris Thorne as the brilliant mind who has saved millions of lives, a tireless advocate for global health and progress. But what the world does not know is the story of a lost child, found and nurtured by a humble Filipino family in a small, close-knit community far from the spotlight. This hidden chapter is the true foundation of his legacy, a testament to the power of love, resilience, and the strength found in unconventional beginnings. To truly understand the man behind the title, one must first understand the extraordinary journey that shaped him, from the shadows of obscurity to the heights of global influence. The story begins in the late 70s, a time when Manila was alive with the sounds of jeepneys, street vendors, and the daily hustle of city life. The city was a vibrant tapestry of cultures and stories, each street corner echoing with laughter and struggle. In the midst of this bustling city, a foreign couple living in the Philippines met a tragic fate in a car accident, leaving behind their infant son, suddenly and heartbreakingly orphaned. With no relatives to claim him, the child's future was shrouded in uncertainty. He was alone in a world that seemed both vast and indifferent, his fate hanging in the balance. He was placed in a local orphanage, where a compassionate nurse named Elena Reyes first laid eyes on him. She saw not just an abandoned child, but a soul in need of hope and belonging. Elena, a single mother of 3, recognized the pain of loss and the power of love. To her, he was not a foreigner, but a child who desperately needed a mother's embrace. Together with her husband Mateo, a hardworking jeepney driver, Elena made the courageous decision to adopt the boy despite their modest means and the challenges they knew they would face. They named him Aris, a name that symbolized strength and new beginnings. The neighborhood children, quick to accept him, affectionately called him Aris, making him feel instantly at home. Welcomed into the Reyes family and embraced by the entire community, Aris was never treated as an outsider. He was celebrated as one of their own, surrounded by warmth and acceptance. The Reyes family lived in a lively barangay on the outskirts of Manila, where neighbors looked out for one another and every day brought new stories. Their home was small and humble, but it overflowed with laughter, the mouth-watering aroma of adobo simmering on the stove, and the constant chatter of friends and neighbors dropping by. Aris grew up alongside his Filipino siblings, learning to share everything from toys to chores and discovering the true meaning of family through everyday moments. This loving environment became Aris's first classroom, where he learned that family is not defined by blood, but by love, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to one another. The values instilled in him during these formative years would become the foundation for the leader he was destined to become, shaping his character and his dreams for the future. Growing up in the Reyes household was an immersion in Filipino culture, where every day felt like a celebration of tradition and togetherness. Life was structured around family, faith, and community, with each member playing a unique role in the household's harmony. Sundays were for church, and large family lunches filled with laughter, stories, and the comforting aroma of home-cooked meals. Aris, the boy with fair skin and light hair, was always at the center, doted upon by his lolas and lolos, who shared wisdom and affection in equal measure. He learned to navigate family dynamics, showing respect to elders through gestures like mano, and caring for younger members with patience and kindness. The concept of pakikisama, or getting along with others, was a daily lesson. Aris learned to share, compromise, and value harmony within the group. He was taught to think of the group's needs before his own, understanding that true happiness comes from unity and cooperation. When a neighbor's roof leaked during a typhoon, the whole street would come together to help, teaching him collective responsibility and the spirit of bayanihan. Filipino values were lived every day, not taught through lectures, but shown through small acts of kindness and daily routines. His mother, Elena, embodied Malasakit, a deep concern for others that extended beyond family, reaching neighbors and friends alike. Aris learned that leadership was about taking care of people, not being in charge, and that true leaders inspire by example and compassion. This sense of gratitude and community would later fuel his drive to serve humanity on a global scale, carrying the heart of his Filipino upbringing wherever he went. One defining experience of Aris's childhood was witnessing the bayanihan spirit in action. After a typhoon ravaged their neighborhood, the community mobilized to help each other. Aris saw his father, Mateo, organize a team to rebuild a neighbor's home. He learned that true strength comes from collective unity, not individual power. This understanding of interconnectedness became a cornerstone of his public health philosophy. Leadership is about service and empowerment, fostering a shared purpose. The bayanihan spirit showed him that incredible things could be achieved through cooperation. He learned to see communities as networks of relationships built on reciprocity and care. This perspective allowed him to design global health initiatives that were community-centered and culturally sensitive. These formative experiences taught Aris that leadership is fundamentally about service and empowerment. Growing up, Aris was aware of his dual identity, loved in his Filipino home, but reminded of his differences. This duality presented challenges and opportunities, teaching him resilience and self-acceptance. His unique position made him a natural bridge between cultures, fluent in both Tagalog and English. This bilingualism allowed him to see the world through two lenses, appreciating different communication styles. This cultural fusion became his greatest asset, giving him a unique perspective. When he pursued higher education abroad, he was not intimidated by the new environment. He could relate to students from developing nations and understand his Western peers. This ability to empathize and build rapport made him a natural leader. He learned that identity is not a zero-sum game. He could weave cultures together. His Filipino heart and Western education became the hallmark of his identity and leadership. Life in a developing country taught Aris resilience and resourcefulness. He grew up where typhoons and economic instability were regular occurrences. These challenges were met with practical fortitude, teaching him adaptability and calm under pressure. The spirit of discarte was a masterclass in creative problem-solving. His father, Mateo, was a master of discarte, keeping his jeepney running with ingenuity. Aris learned to see constraints as catalysts for innovation. The Filipino concept of bahala na taught him courageous acceptance. These traits, resilience, resourcefulness, and courageous acceptance, set him apart. He understood that the most elegant solutions are often the simplest. At the core of Dr. Aris Thorne's leadership are Malasakit and Utang na Loob. Malasakit is a deep sense of care for others, empathy in action. Aris learned this from his mother, Elena, who cared for her family and community. For him, public health is about the individual lives behind the numbers. He insists his team spend time on the ground, listening to communities. During a famine relief effort, he involved local leaders in the distribution process. This was Malasakit on a global scale, reflecting lessons from his Manila barangay. Utang na Loob, a debt of gratitude, is a powerful motivator for Aris. He sees his life's work as repaying the kindness he received. This value shapes his approach to international relations and partnerships. He advocates for partnerships built on respect and reciprocity. He champions programs where innovations from developing nations are shared globally. This perspective, rooted in gratitude, makes him a trusted leader. Dr. Thorne's Filipino upbringing is visible in the global initiatives he leads. His Barangay Health Brigade model trains local volunteers as community health workers. This initiative empowers communities to take charge of their health. It builds on local strengths and fosters a sense of ownership. The program has improved health outcomes in remote areas worldwide. His understanding of Discarta led to a global innovation challenge for vaccine delivery. The winning design was a simple, brilliant clay pot cooling system. His commitment to Malasakit is evident in his advocacy for mental health services. He integrates mental health support into primary care, making it accessible. This compassionate approach is the legacy of the love he received in his Filipino home. Dr. Aris Thorne's journey compels us to reconsider what makes a global leader. His story proves that influence can begin in a small, loving home. His success is a testament to the strengths from unexpected places. His multicultural identity is a profound source of wisdom and strength. His leadership style offers an alternative to impersonal, data-driven approaches. By prioritizing Malasakit and bayanihan, he shows empathy as a catalyst for change. His ability to connect with people stems from a genuine understanding of shared humanity. His story challenges us to value diverse life experiences as much as academic credentials. The world's complex problems require a deep understanding of human connection. Dr. Thorne's journey is a call to action, urging us to celebrate diverse paths to leadership.